All right, B, here we go. We're bringing in someone. I want to make you feel extra comfortable today, so we brought another. What do we call people from Massachusetts? Are they Masonians? Did I just make that up? I know it. I know. We sometimes joke around and call it, but
what are we gonna say?
No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it
going?
because that would be false. Because we got a great one here, and Matt Grzelcyk, the Boston Bruins. Thanks for popping on here with us. First off, how you doing? How was the break? What'd you do during the All-Star break?
I was good. It's always nice to get away from the rink for a little bit and feel refreshed. I went down to St. Bart's with a couple of my teammates, and Kevin Shattenkirk's been there a couple times, so he kind of had the itinerary all set for us. So it was nice to just sit back and relax.
Oh, is that how it went though? Is that Shatty just takes over and is like, boys, this is what we're doing. Just show up and have a good time.
I never had that. I wish I had that.
Little concierge.
Yeah. I'm not a
concierge service there for the trip.
That's how it was. Yeah, he took all the hard work out of it, and him and his wife did all the work for us, and we just got to sit back and relax and put our feet in the sand. So it was nice to get a little break there.
Yeah.
How big was the crew? How many people went?
There was 5 of us, and girlfriends and wives too. So
solid.
We had a great time.
Did you run any? You don't have to name them if you did, but any other guys from the league? Because I always found it was really interesting when you had these breaks and you go somewhere. If you're going down to somewhere in the Caribbean, it's like you'll be at this resort and you're like, I know that guy. And then you realize like everyone. It's like the hockey world's. It's a small world, but then it's also small where everybody goes. You run anybody else?
We actually didn't. This was my first time going on a break that we didn't see anyone from any other team. So. Yeah, I guess it made it a little, easier just to, sit and I guess I see these guys every day, so kind of need a break from some of them. But no, it was nice to just go there and forget about hockey for a little bit.
Did you ever have that? You do like a lap around the pool right when you get to the resort, and there's like, I remember I went to the Bahamas one time. There's probably 5 or 6 guys from different teams and their crews, and you just kind of give them the eye. You like kind of give them a head nod.
Yeah.
You give the extra.
Yeah.
Trying to feel like
later on, I remember there was a nightclub there, and then we were all in the nightclub. We were best friends for 20 years by the time the libations set in.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that?
I feel like that happens every year. Yeah. It happened down in Miami one time. That's I feel like, one of the hotbeds, and the Bahamas as well, cruising through one of the casinos and just bumping into the guys. You feel like maybe you just know them just from competing against them, but maybe have a few drinks and feels like you said, like you're just best friends all of a sudden. But yeah, that's always a little bit weird, just feeling out process the first couple of days.
Well, not to get anything too, everything should be all positive talking about the Boston Bruins because you guys are battling out for the President's Trophy and having a heck of a season. But I want to take it back a little bit, just both of you guys, from that matter. But you're from Massachusetts. You're from Boston. You get to play your college hockey in town. I mean, you're playing for the freaking Boston Bruins. Like, how cool is that? Do you ever pinch yourself, or is that just something you probably enjoy more when you're done playing?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, maybe something I didn't appreciate as much. I was just happy to be in the NHL. And that's obviously my lifelong dream. But to get to spend it in Boston with my family and friends, as I've gotten older, I feel like I've appreciated more and more, and all the support that I've been given from fans and just people who I've grown up knowing. It's really been something special and something I don't take for granted.
It's got to be extra special. I mean, and it's well documented what. You're a Boston kid in the city, and your connection to the Garden now with your dad and your brother. I was reading, is your brother working in the Bull Gang, or was he at one point as well?
Yeah, he still is. He's actually expecting his first child pretty soon in the next couple of days, so he'll probably be away for a little bit. But it's funny, we had a siblings trip last year. You guys both know, I'm sure, just you do either a mom or a dad trip. Last year we actually had our siblings trip, so I brought my brother John, and he cleans TV timeouts. He is out there on the skates and stuff, so all the guys kind of know him now from the trip, and they're all spraying him with water bottles. And
that was probably the worst
hilarious
thing for him. The worst thing for him, now he's just getting harassed every time he's popping out there.
Yeah, Exactly. Yeah. No, it's he loves it. Just giving it to the guys too. So that's a pretty cool, fun thing for me just within the last year, I'd say.
I remember
Unreal.
working Stanley Cup Finals when you guys were playing against St. Louis, and when we were in Boston, there, I am walking in to the arena, and I hear someone yell my name, and I turn around, and it's your dad. And you know, obviously I knew the story, but like such a nice man, and like just talking, and then every single time I've been around there, or I remember even the Winter Classic, see him again, and just kind of shooting it with him. I mean. It's got to feel good for you. I know you probably talk about this a lot, but a big smile on his face all the time. What's it mean for him that you're playing for the Bruins, or just playing in the NHL in general?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, and he literally walks around like you've seen, like he's the biggest celebrity there. He's going to
He is.
chat everyone's ear off. He thinks everyone's there to see him, but that's it's really cool for me to see that. You know, I know how much it means to him, and he has fun with it every single day. You know, if anyone who's come into contact with him, they know that he's always got a joke for everyone, and he always just wants to introduce himself to everyone. So it's been fun to sit back and watch that over the years.
Do we know how many games he's worked? Your dad?
Uh he's over 50 years. I know that. So gotta
What?
be up there now. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm
He's
just
getting
wondering
up there.
because we were talking to Rupper, and this is, I mean, it's full circle, but the Beanpot obviously tonight. I thought it was canceled after last week. Apparently, it's not. The finals are tonight. BU Northeastern. They didn't cancel it. They're going to go ahead and play.
They're going to go ahead anyways.
He worked all those as well.
Makes sense. Yeah, he has. And I actually never got to go to one as a kid. He always was hard on me, wanted me to do my homework or whatever practice I had. He didn't want me to skip. So first one I ever got to go was my freshman year at BU, but he's been there, yeah, ever since. So he doesn't take many days off. He's a very hard worker himself. So he's got I'm sure he's seen quite the history over the years.
Okay, so hear me out here. Listen, man, I love you both.
Don't do it, man.
I got to ask you though. I'm American. I played in the Ontario Hockey League. I never got the Beanpot. I just don't get it, man. Can you just sell me on it? Sell me on why this is such a prestigious thing. Shout out, you can catch Beanpot NHL Network tonight. So I don't want to sue us too bad, but help me make sense of how big this tournament is for those 4 teams.
You sound like my teammate Jeremy Swayman. He's just mad that he was not good enough to get recruited by one of these schools.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's always like Brian knows. Like when you're being recruited, these 4 schools, that's one of the highlights to get the opportunity to play, and it's for the bragging rights of Boston, pretty much. So every school is really competitive each year, and it makes for some pretty cool memories over the years.
And if you don't understand it, it's just maybe it's not for you, Rupper.
yes, not, man. I guess
It's not for everyone.
You guys have both won one, though, right?
I won one.
Mm-hmm.
You won one too. Also,
I won one. Yeah.
All right. Well, then you guys are all got your
Well, listen.
good experience in it. Maybe you don't love it if you never won it, but I'm sure those teams still.
There's some heartbreak, and I've tried to explain to you that it's an awesome opportunity because a lot goes into it. Everyone shows up. It's always sold out, and it's like an elimination game. You do not want to be playing at 4:30 today before the championship game, and that's a tough one to swallow. I don't think
that one like actually makes it actually counts a lot in the standings too, which is tough because there's literally like 50 fans out of 18,000 at the Garden, and it's just a nightmare to play in. So we had to play in that game my first 2 years, so I know all about that.
Wait. Explain that to me. You're saying
if you lose on Monday, the first Monday,
yeah,
and you have to play in the early game the second Monday, no one's there. You're all upset that you're not playing in the final, but the game matters to your RPI, right? And your whatever the other for the rankings.
a little bit. It's like the skate of shame. You got to go out there.
Yeah.
That
builds character, man.
It does. Okay. I'm serious. I want to learn more about it. I'm going to be tuning in tonight. Maybe I'll start kind of, getting into the.
That's a good start for you.
I got Beanpot right. Someone we were talking earlier called it. What were we calling it?
My wife called it the Bean Cup last week, so we haven't spoken since. And no, I'm just kidding. Well, this is funny. Like we have obviously similar paths. You played in the ISL, as I understand. Did you
Yep.
play for so Grizz went to Belmont Hill, which is a huge rival of St. Sebastian's where I played, went to BU, which is obviously a big rival with BC. But can you talk about coming up, youth hockey and playing, and then playing in the ISL, and then I think you went to the national team?
Yeah, I did. I made the jump to Belmont Hill in 7th grade. Was there for 3 years, which was great. It was really hard to leave. I ended up, going to Ann Arbor to join that, and just wanted to further my development as a player, and had 2 great years there, and then eventually moved on to BU in college. So those were definitely some special times. I think when I was at Belmont Hill, we got to play in the outdoor game because the Flyers would play the Bruins at Fenway. So that was definitely one of the highlights of being part of a school and having the students cheer you on. For sure, a tough decision to leave, but had 2 great years in Ann Arbor as well.
Did you play in any outdoor games with BU? Because you played in the Winter Classic at Fenway. How many outdoor games have you played in?
I was supposed to play in another one
14.
at BU. Yeah, but I dislocated my shoulder in practice like a week before, so I had to miss that one. And then I played in the one against Chicago at Notre Dame, and then last year at Frozen at Fenway.
Veteran.
So you assuming you're a big Sox fan? You grew up Sox fan or what?
Yeah, of course.
So it's funny here because I don't know what you know about the network or whatnot, but we're an MLB network building here and kind of employed by MLB. And I remember the first time coming here, I grew up big Cleveland Indians fan, loved baseball, loved all around baseball, and I could not stand the Sox. And I was walking in this building one day working a hockey shift, and I turn the corner and literally bump into Pedro Martinez. And I just got like this hot flash, like nicest man ever, biggest fingers I've ever shook hands in my life. But it was so cool to like see these guys. Like, who were your guys growing up that you loved watching?
Pedro was definitely one of them. I actually have one of his jerseys here. Probably needs to be dry cleaned. He played with like so much character and flair. And he was not. I just saw a highlight the other day. Like some guy was crowding the plate, and he's just like not afraid to whiz one right by his head.
Didn't care.
Yeah, Big Poppy, of course, was always super clutch. Manny Ramirez was another one. They've always had some pretty big stars, come through the ranks, and just to see that rivalry with the Yankees is something I'll always remember, and staying up for that series when they came back from 3-0 was one of the coolest experiences I think the city has ever gone through, especially they hadn't won one in I think 86 years. So I think that was kind of like the start of Boston sports teams doing extremely well, and I'm certainly spoiled to have some of those experiences growing up.
Yeah, we all are. Now it's kind of, it's been a little rough with the Pats and the Sox, but shout out to my man Veritek. He's coaching. He was always fun to watch too. That little dust up he had with A-Rod, that wasn't too bad. Can we switch gears here?
His wrestling move was there, but he got the job done. That was I feel like another moment that Boston sports fans will never forget.
Oh yeah. I have a couple of questions now. We're switching gears.
Okay.
You have a dog at home. Is it Teddy?
Yeah, I do. He's actually right behind me right now.
All right, where's Teddy? Can we bring Teddy up?
Yeah.
All right.
Teddy. He's taking a snooze on the couch.
Looking over his shoulder.
I heard Teddy maybe have some bad behavior lately. Is he a little aggressive with maybe some other teammates' dogs?
Oh yeah, very much. He has. We have a dog from the same breed as the Coils, and just say Teddy got a little too friendly with Charlie's dog Bodie one too many times, so we kind of had to rip him away at the dog park once or twice. He's a pretty mischievous fellow. He's turning 2 in April, so he's hopefully he's getting that out of his system.
I love how he just looks over his shoulder too. You say something, he's like, "Yeah, I'm right here."
Yeah. You need me, I'll be right here.
Oh man, no, it's.
He's a puppy though. You got to give him a break.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was so young. Come on.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, everyone goes through it.
Hey, Grizz, we got a part of this before we let you go. We're just going to show you a picture, video, whatnot of you playing at different stages. We just want to know what you're thinking. I think a couple of the first ones are video, so we'll watch these and let us know what was going on in your mind here.
Oh, this is my first NHL goal. I think this is Black Friday game against Pittsburgh. Just trying to get a puck on net. I think right when I turned, I had no celebration because one, I'm not used to scoring goals, and two, I just scored my first goal in the NHL. I had absolutely no idea what to do, but that was definitely one of the coolest moments in my life for sure.
Hey, I love that celly. I had a similar one when I scored. I didn't know what to do, so I tried to kind of play it cool, but that was awesome.
Yeah.
What a dish too, huh?
Just-
was that pasta with the dish?
Yeah, that was Craich on
Craich.
the planned miss the shot there right to my tape.
Miscue.
So
Hey, he sold
yeah,
it.
I
He
own
sold
a
it.
few there.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's a good composure. You catch it and go far side with it. That's not an easy shot for a lefty, but no, it was, and that was at home too. Like, you know what I mean?
It
Like,
was.
I'm sure if you got it on the road, you wouldn't have cared, but it's pretty cool to get your first one in Boston too, right?
Yeah, it was. I think it was like my fifth game, and in the Black Friday game, I'm obviously from here, so my whole family's there for Thanksgiving, so they all came to the game the next day, and it happened to be this one. So just to do that and be able to share that moment with them after the game, that was unbelievable. I couldn't have drawn it up any better.
It's a lot better than my Black Friday experience in Boston when I had 30 people at the game at the Garden when I was playing for the Rangers, and Char beat the wheels off me in front of everybody. And he had a Gordie Howe hat trick and was the first star of the game. We lost. I'm glad to see that was good for you. Nice memories.
I mean,
That was
sorry about that.
that was literally blackout Friday.
What?
But hey, we got another one here. It's an interesting one. I like this one. What do we got going here?
This was during COVID. Had to do a little bit of try to make some money up on the side, and during Christmas time, they sent me some onesie pajamas that I was able to give to my friends. So they definitely love that, and I think you could probably tell I definitely didn't do all that decoration, but no, that's pretty embarrassing.
That's fantastic.
I love it. It looks great. It looks great. Nice, classy
Yes.
look. Hey, you know what? When you bring what is it? Pajamas? What are we wearing there? What is it exactly?
Yeah, it's like a onesie that has like a hood on it that you're
Okay.
supposed to wear on the couch.
Yeah, but it's a good balance. 'Cause you
Actually,
got a
kind of
classy,
comfortable. Not gonna lie.
yeah, comfy. Got a cold one there. You got a
Beer drinking outfit.
classy looking tree next to you. That's living
Yeah.
life right there.
Oh yeah, can't draw it up any better.
I think we got something from Halloween here. Are you one of them that, I mean, you get into it, explain this, but explain how into it you guys get, and then who's the most extravagant teammate you've had that's gotten into Halloween?
Yeah, I definitely get into it. I think you kind of have to go one way or the other. I actually found a couple years ago, there's a costume company that provides, gowns and stuff like this for like theaters who do, shows and stuff. So
Right.
I was able to just go there and rent. I usually just go there and kind of pick out an outfit with my girlfriend. I was Captain Jack Sparrow, and I have some terrible facial hair to go with it. But I'm trying to think. There's always some guys go all out. I know Hampus Lindholm's had a couple good ones. He was Buddy the Elf this year. He literally looked exactly like him. It was scary. One of the best ones I saw was Pasta this year. He was one of us, like an autograph seeker, and he was outside of the event that we were going to, and he probably got like 8 of the guys on the team because he just went like head down, and the guys would kind of like look back like, why is there an autograph seeker at our Halloween party? Like they just couldn't understand it. And then he had like little glasses he would take off, and they were like so surprised. It was so funny. It was really well done.
Oh, what a character he seems to be like that. I would love to watch him. There was a clip that I came across the other day at the All-Star game where he's mic'd up, and I don't know, he was going to the bench. You see this one where he's just talking about doing one of the skills competitions, and the puck was rolling, and he was just kind of, I don't even know how to explain it, but he was like talking about it, and he was like, had this laugh, and he's just like, ooh, just like ranting and raving. I'm like, this guy seems like an absolute character, is he?
He is, yeah, day in and day out, and he's always has the energy. Like he's always joking with everyone. It's so funny to see. Like he just has so much fun out there and has so much confidence. And I think that this just bleeds into having, as great of seasons as he's had the last couple of years. He's one of the best players in the league for a reason.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
need that too. You need that with your team. You need a little someone to lighten
Yeah,
the mood.
he's just one of the guys. Like he just wants to, be one of the boys and joke around with everyone. But then he gets on the ice and he's just unbelievable. It's pretty crazy to see every day.
But before we get to the last one here, but like it's different. I feel like with him, the way you guys are, that you're explaining him is like there's a lot of guys who bring that aren't the best player on the team. So when the best player on the team that has all that pressure on him to do this and that and to provide offense is like having a good time, I'd have to think that means even more, right?
I think it does, yeah, and I think that it just gives so much confidence into the rest of the group, just knowing like, yeah, he can joke around and be the butt of the joke, but the second he comes on, he's also one of the most competitive guys on the team. Anyone would tell you too. So, just to play with him the last couple of years and get to see, what he does, how hard he works in practice, but like you said, he also enjoys it at the same time. I think that he brings kind of that like youthful enthusiasm to the rink, and that's huge for us.
Oh, I think he connects with you on this last one we're going to show for a pretty big goal. So walk us through this one. Nice little dish.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he dragged two people up and threw a nice little backhand sauce to Halsey, and Halsey slid it over. I probably honestly should have one timed it, but I kind of hesitated there for a second. Luckily, it went in, and we beat the Hawks in OT there last year.
That's nice. That's nice.
OT winner, huh?
OT winner.
I wasn't out
Yeah,
You weren't out there for those?
there. I wasn't out there for those.
No, I wasn't
I
out there.
think a couple of guys might have got hurt, so that's the
Oh,
only reason why I
stop it.
snuck out there.
Stop it.
Oh, well, hey,
Yeah.
man, it was great having you come on here with us, and I will be watching. Let's let everybody know. Brian, plug your ears. Who's playing in the Beanpot final? Tell everybody. It's on NHL Network tonight.
You deserve that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the Terriers of Boston University taking on Northeastern Huskies. Unfortunately, the BC Eagles lost last week. I was at that game.
Hey, what a game, though.
I was
A little
hoping that would be the final. I know. The
frantic
both
ending.
teams were unbelievable.
So
but
even though you guys are big rivals, you still want to play each other in the finals, I would assume, right?
As long as you
yeah,
can go
you
through that
want to
team,
beat the best.
yeah. As long as you get a chance to go through them, it's good. But if you beat them in the finals, it's
Right.
big time.
We got a little cop out the year we won. We actually didn't play BC that year, but
Oh.
I think Harvard was ranked like top 5, and we went to double overtime. This is before they changed the overtime rules. Now it's like NHL. It's 3-on-3 for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't love it. I don't
love
love it.
Back then, it was just play until it's like an NHL playoff. So we went to
NHL,
like
yeah,
double
and that's the
overtime.
best. That's the way it should be, right?
We used to have to
Yeah.
wait. Like we would wait. The 5 o'clock game wouldn't end, and we wouldn't start till 9:30 sometimes. We
Really?
would just
That's
sit
what
there and
happened.
Well,
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So glad it
best.
worked out.
all right,
best.
Well, we'll be tuning in tonight. Good luck to your Terriers.